Hello everyone. Today I'm going to explain you journal entries for forfeiture and reissue of forfeited shares. For this, let us see question number 12 of your textbook. Here is a question. Here it is given that write journal entries in the books of company for forfeiture and reissue of forfeited shares from the following information. First one is given. Company forfeited 800 equity shares of rupees 10 each of a shareholder for non-payment of allotment money of rupees 4 per share and call money of rupees 3 per share. This shareholder had paid rupees 3 per share with application. Forfeited shares were reissued at rupees 8 per share. Now, before moving further, let us understand the meaning of forfeiture of shares. Forfeiture of shares means cancelling the shares for non-payment of calls due. But shares can be forfeited only if the articles of association of the company permits forfeiture. If any shareholder does not pay the amount of a call, the company may exercise the power to forfeit those shares. On forfeiture, the shares are cancelled and to that extent, the share capital is reduced. The amount already paid by the shareholder is not returned to him. It is forfeited. Of course, the account showing the unpaid call is also cancelled by passing a reverse entry. Now let us understand the concept reissue of forfeited shares. Forfeited shares becomes the property of the company and the directors have the authority to reissue them at par, at a premium or at a discount. Forfeited shares can be reissued at any rate of discount. The only condition is that the amount of discount allowed on the reissue of forfeited shares must not exceed the amount forfeited on such shares. In case they are issued at a discount, the discount cannot exceed the amount that had been received and forfeited. In other words, there cannot be any loss on account of reissue of forfeited shares. If the forfeited shares are reissued at a price higher than that of paid up value, the excess of reissue price over paid up value is credited to securities premium reserve account. So let us see here the first condition. Here, company forfeited 800 equity shares of rupees 10 each of a shareholder for non-payment of allotment money of rupees 4 per share and call money of rupees 3 per share. This shareholder had paid rupees 3 per share with application. Forfeited shares were reissued at rupees 8 per share. So let us see journal entry for this. So here, first, equity share capital account will be debited with called up amount, that is 800 shares, that is number of shares forfeited, multiply by amount called up per share on capital account, that is rupees rupees 10 per share. So here equity share capital account will be debited by rupees 8,000, that is 800 multiplied by 10. Here number of shares decreases due to forfeiture of shares and hence share capital account will be debited. Then the amount already paid by shareholder in the company also gets forfeited with forfeiture of share and the same will be credited to share forfeiture account. So next, share forfeiture account will be credited with amount already received, that is rupees 2,400, that is 800 shares multiplied by rupees 3. Rupees 3 is the amount per share which has been already amount per share at the time of application which has been already received by the company. So 800 multiplied by 3, that comes to rupees 2400. Then share allotment account will be credited with the amount due but not paid on allotment, that is 800 multiplied by 4. Rupees 4 is the amount per share at the time of allotment. So 800 multiplied by 4, that comes to rupees 3200. Then share final call account will be credited with the amount due but not paid on final call, that is rupees 2400, that is 800 shares multiplied by rupees 3. Rupees 3 is the amount per share at the time of final call. So one thing you must remember, that when calls in arrear account is maintained by the company, calls in arrear account would be credited here in this type of entry instead of share allotment account and share calls account. So here we will write narration being 800 shares forfeited for being non-payment of allotment and final call money. Now let us see next journal entry, that is for reissue of forfeited shares. So here on reissue of forfeited shares, amount received from new shareholders is debited to bank account. So here it is, bank account will be debited with the amount received on reissue, that is 6,400. That is number of share reissued, that is 800 shares multiplied by amount per share at which shares are issued, and that is rupees 8. Here it is given in the question that forfeited shares were reissued at rupees 8 per share. So 800 multiplied by rupees 8, that comes to 6,400. Then as these shares are reissued at discount, so here amount of discount will be debited to share forfeiture account. That means here share forfeiture account will be debited by rupees 1600. That is number of shares reissued multiplied by discount amount per share, that is 800 multiplied by rupees 2. How do we get rupees 2? Here rupees 2 is the discount amount per share, that is paid up value minus reissue price per share. Paid up value is rupees 10 and reissue price per share is rupees 8. So here 10 minus 8, that comes to rupees 2 per share, that is discount amount per share. So here share forfeiture account will be debited by rupees 1600, that is 800 multiplied by rupees 2. Then share capital account will be credited with the amount credited as paid up, that is number of shares reissued multiplied by paid up amount per share, that is 800 multiplied by rupees 10. Now let us see what is next. Now here after the entry for reissue of forfeited shares, our next entry would be for transfer of balance in forfeited shares account. If after reissue of all the forfeited shares, a balance is left in forfeited shares account, it is transferred to capital reserve account bypassing this entry, that is share forfeiture account will be debited and capital reserve account will be credited. But by what amount? Here, as you can see here, in the first entry, in share forfeiture account, we have credit balance of rupees 2400 And in second entry, in share forfeiture account, here it is showing debit balance of rupees 1600. So 2400 minus 1600 is the balance that is left in forfeited shares account. So that is rupees 800. So here our entry would be share forfeiture account will be debited by rupees 800 and it will be transferred to capital reserve. So here capital reserve account will be credited by rupees 800. Here, one thing must be noted that share forfeiture is not day-to-day business transaction of a company. So any surplus or profit on account of forfeiture of share is a capital profit. Therefore, the amount of forfeited shares is transferred to capital reserve account. Now let us see second situation here. Now here in the question, second information is given. RK Company Limited forfeited 600 shares of rupees 10 each of Sunil. Sunil had paid application and allotment money of rupees 5 per share, but had not paid rupees 3 per share and 2 per share on first call and second call respectively. Out of the forfeited shares, 400 shares were reissued at rupees 6 per share to Mittal. Now let us see journal entry for this. So here our first entry would be for forfeiture of shares. That is, here equity share capital account will be debited with called up amount, that is rupees 6,000. That is 600 shares that were forfeited multiplied by rupees 10, that comes to 6,000. Then here share forfeiture account will be credited with the amount already received, that is rupees 3,000. Here it is clearly given in the question that shareholder Sunil had paid application and allotment money of rupees 5 per share. So here 600 multiplied by 5 that has been paid by the shareholder. So here 600 multiplied by 5, that comes to rupees 3,000. So here share forfeiture account will be credited by rupees 3,000. Then here share first call account will be credited with the amount due but not paid on first call, that is rupees 1800. That means 600 multiplied by rupees 3. Rupees 3 is the amount per share at the time of first call. Then share second call account will be credited by rupees with the amount due but not paid on second call, that is rupees 1200. That is 600 shares multiplied by rupees 2. Rupees 2 is the amount per share at the time of second call. And in the narration we will write being 600 share forfeited for being non-payment of first and second call money. Now let us see the journal entry for reissue of forfeited shares. So here bank account will be debited with the amount received on reissue, that is rupees 2400. Here all the forfeited shares have not been reissued. Here only out of 600 shares, only 400 shares have been reissued. So 400 shares multiplied by rupees 6. Rupees 6 is the amount per share at which these shares have been reissued. So here 400 multiplied by rupees 6, that comes to rupees 2,400. So bank account will be debited by rupees 2,400. Here bank balance will increase, so here bank account will be debited. Now share forfeiture account will be debited with the discount allowed on reissue, that is rupees 1,600. That is 400 multiplied by rupees 4. Here rupees 4 is the discount amount per share. Here discount amount per share we will get by subtracting reissue price per share, that is rupees 6, from paid up value, that is rupees 10. So 10 minus 6, that comes to rupees 4, that is discount amount per share. Now here equity share capital account will be credited with the amount credited as paid up, or we can say that number of shares reissued multiply by paid up amount per share, that is 400 shares multiplied by rupees 10, that comes to rupees 4,000. In narration we will write, being out of forfeited shares, 400 shares reissued at rupees 6 per share. Now let us see next entry, that would be for transfer of balance in forfeited shares account. Now as here all forfeited shares have not been reissued, so let us see working note for this. So here is the working note for this. Here profit on reissue of shares will be calculated as follows, which will be transferred to capital reserve account. So here we will apply this formula. Here total amount forfeited will be multiplied by number of shares reissued, and it will be divided by number of shares forfeited, and then we will subtract amount with which forfeited shares account was debited at the time of reissue of such shares. So here according to this formula, here let us see, here total amount forfeited is rupees 3,000, and it will be multiplied by number of shares reissued, that is 400 shares, and it will be divided by number of shares forfeited, that is 600 shares. So here if we calculate this, if we solve this, we will get rupees 2,000. Now from rupees 2,000, 1,600 will be subtracted. 1,600 is the amount with which forfeited shares account was debited at the time of reissue. So here we will get rupees 400. 2,000 minus 1,600, that comes to 400, which will be transferred to capital reserve account. So let us see journal entry. Here it is. Here share forfeiture account will be debited by rupees 400, and capital reserve account will be credited by rupees 400. Now let us see the third situation. Here in the third condition, it is given that a shareholder holding 3,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each has paid application money at rupees 13 per share including premium rupees 10, and allotment money at rupees 13 per share including premium rupees 10. His shares were forfeited for non-payment of call of rupees 4 per share. Then forfeited shares were reissued at rupees 7 per share. So here this is the condition when shares are issued at premium and full amount of premium is received. So let us see our first journal entry. So here equity share capital account will be debited by rupees 30,000, that is number of shares forfeited, that is 3,000 shares, multiply by amount called up per share on capital account, that is rupees 10. So 3,000 multiplied by 10, that comes to rupees 30,000. Here one thing you must remember, that on forfeiture, share capital account is debited with the called up amount and not by the nominal or face value of shares. Now here share forfeiture account will be credited by rupees 18,000, that is amount received on forfeited shares towards capital account excluding premium. Here it is given in the question that shareholder has paid the amount at the time of application. At that time, the amount per share excluding premium was ₹3, and he has also paid at the time of allotment, and at that time also the amount per share was ₹3 excluding premium. So 3 plus 3, that comes to ₹6. So here 3000 multiplied by ₹6 per share, that comes to ₹18,000. So here share forfeiture account will be credited by ₹18,000. Now here share installment account, or we can say share call money. So here share installment account will be credited with the amount called on but not received. That is ₹12,000. That is 3000 shares multiplied by ₹4. ₹4 is the amount per share at the time of call. So now let us see next journal entry for reissue of forfeited shares. Here, company has reissued forfeited shares at ₹7 per share. So here 3000 multiplied by 7, that comes to ₹21,000. Here again, company is receiving money in the bank. So here again bank account will be debited by ₹21,000. Then share forfeiture account will be debited by ₹9,000. That is 3000 shares multiplied by discount amount per share, that is ₹3. That is 10 minus 7, that comes to ₹3. So ₹3 is the discount amount per share. So here 3000 multiplied by 3, that comes to 9,000 will be debited. Now here equity share capital account will be credited by ₹30,000. That is number of shares reissued, that is 3000 shares multiplied by paid up amount per share, that is ₹10. So 3000 multiplied by 10, that comes to ₹30,000. In narration, we will write being reissued forfeited shares at ₹7 per share. Now next, our journal entry would be for transfer of balance in forfeited shares account. So after reissue of all the forfeited shares, a balance is left in forfeited shares account. It will be transferred to capital reserve account. So here, as you can see that in the first journal entry, share forfeiture account is showing credit balance, that is ₹18,000, and in the second journal entry, 9,000 is debited to share forfeiture account. So that means here 18,000 minus 9,000. 9,000 balance is left in forfeited shares account, which will be transferred to capital reserve account. So here our journal entry would be share forfeiture account will be debited by ₹9,000 and capital reserve account will be credited by ₹9,000. In narration, we will write being remaining amount of share forfeiture account transferred to capital reserve account. One thing you must remember that if the forfeited shares are reissued at par or premium, the whole of the amount forfeited on such shares is a gain of capital nature and is transferred to capital reserve account. So I hope you would have understood this. So that's all for today. Thank you very much.